guys? Welcome back to a new video. We're here at the doghouse. As you can see behind me, it's shaping up to be a pretty cool place. I got some Nabori flags posted up. Got some cool lights going on in their showroom and highlighted car area. This is gonna be a cool little spot for cars to be parked for some cool like filming and shooting opportunities. So you got set up, they got a couch back there, they got TVs. It's shaping up, it's looking really good. I hope you guys have enjoyed the fact that I've been trying to keep up with myself filming wise and doing these YouTube videos as constantly as I can, because at the end of the day, I'm really doing this to make content for you guys that you enjoy to watch. So when you're kicking back after a long day of work, you can watch one of these videos and enjoy it, learn some stuff, have fun with us. So if you like the videos, make sure you subscribe, like, shoot me a comment, and let me know what you think. But for this video today, it's not gonna be super crazy hectic. There's gonna be some cool updates that we're gonna go over with you guys. Today, I'm going to be running over to Irwindale Speedway to go meet up with my buddy Max. Hot Pit Auto Fest, I believe that's the name, is going on over there right now. That's a competition series that Jeff Jones and some buddies started here in California. So we're gonna head over there because our buddy Max, he works for FD's, one of the grid worker guys, just one of the coolest dudes ever. He's from Arizona, he made the drive out here and he picked up some body panels for us and we're gonna go pick him up. But also he's buying my old S15 hood that was on here and we're gonna be delivering that to him today as well. So we're gonna go get that stuff so we can come back and fit the car up with some of the fiberglass panels, still waiting on some more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just waiting on parts right now. The engine should be coming next week. I'm gonna be really excited to make a video on that to show you guys. And once this engine's back in, we're gonna be pretty close to getting this thing running and ready to go and hopefully do some testing. So we're running out of time. I'm starting to get a little bit stressed, getting super busy. I'm trying to keep up with YouTube, so there's been a lot going on for me, but hey, that's just drifting sometimes. All right, let's head over to Irwindale, baby, get some parts, woo! So we're here at Irwindale Speedway for Hot Pit to pick up those parts. I left the camera in the car because it looks like it is going to piss rain. But dude, it's so awesome to see drifting again. In the off season, you really start to miss it. So I'm really excited for the season to start back up. But yeah, really cool. There's some of the pro guys out here. Got Jeff out here. Dylan Hughes is out here with his car doing some testing just on practice day. The drifting community is so good. Everyone's so nice and cool. It's just cool looking at drift cars and talking about setups and stuff. But yeah, if you ever have the chance to come out to a Hot Pit event, you definitely should. It's ran by Jeff Jones and his buddies and stuff, and it's, in my opinion, a really good feeder series to like pro spec level driving. So like if you want to get your license, you can come here and drive and compete, and compete with pros too. Not many places you can do that, so yeah, definitely check out Hot Pit. Got Dylan's beautiful JZ set up out here. He's doing some testing during practice today. Oh, such a beautiful engine bay. What the hell is that? That is crazy. What is that? Damn, Doomsday prepping ass. Woo, look, some fiberglass. Got some doors. Hi, Max. Oh yeah, let's get this stuff out. And that, my friends, is the back of an S15. So it's got the built-in over fender in it, and it's a whole quarter panel assembly for your lights and everything like that, bumper mounting and all this stuff, and it just bolts on the chassis like a over fender would. So it's really cool. Get rid of all the metal in the back of the car and you just do these. And they are unfortunately consumable every year, so we have to get new ones. We also got the trunk and we got some doors. Sick. All right, all loaded up in the truck. Thanks, Max. Max the man. Woo! Max, so when it comes to FD, what is your official job title?
I am grid and start.
Grid and start.
Strictly for pro spec.
Okay, so that's what I was saying. I was like, you're like one of the grid guys that like when we're lined up, we see you all day. When we're in practice, qualifying.
But yeah, just send you out for a burnout.
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
So
it's very simple.
yeah, but it's so cool. When we're in the car, like you gotta hype yourself up before you do a run or like qualifying or a battle, and then you get to see his smiling face, and he's like, "You got this, dude."
And I do try to clown around and get the seriousness out for like this very little short window of time to get your mind out of it.
I still have the little note on my dash that you gave me.
That's right.
Yeah. So. All right, but yeah, Max helped us out big time, so we didn't have to go to Arizona and go get some parts, and you brought it here for us, so thank you, Max.
No problem, dude.
We'll see you when the season starts.
Hell yeah.
Woo! All right, guys, we're back at the doghouse. I spent way too much time at the track yesterday, so pretty much just wasted a day hanging out with Max, all the other drivers, and checking out some drifting. I kind of needed it, so that's what we did. But it's the next day. We're here back at the doghouse. I got all the 2F panels that we have for the car. We got some doors behind me. I'm super stoked on these because I can't even get the doors that are on this car anymore, and they've been on the car since 2020. So I'm really stoked on that, but we're not going to be messing with them today because they need a little extra fabrication because we run windows. But what we're going to do today is focus on mounting the rear LFC panels to the car. The reason why we use them is because it basically replaces all the stock factory metal with fiberglass, so you can still have the back half of the S15 without having any of that factory metal behind it. So it's literally just lobbed off like right here, and it's just nothing back there. So these are really convenient to have. These panels are pretty much a consumable, so it's nice to have them in a material that's not crazy expensive so that we can replace them either throughout the season or in the off season. I usually just try to stretch mine out for the whole season. But yeah, so I'm going to focus on mounting these today. I will have to chop them up, but right now I need to find the holes for the riv nuts that are sunken into the chassis itself. So I made a cool little tool with that. And I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to get these mounted up so we can focus on the trunk, and then we got to cut a bunch of it away, and I'll show you why. But that's what we're going to focus on right now, so let's do it. So the back of the car right here, we don't have the panels on. You can see our riv nuts that are sunken into the chassis. We need to be able to find those to drill the holes with the panel on. Now that's pretty hard, and they do make certain tools to be able to do that job. But my buddy Nick told me a cool little trick that we can do. And I went ahead and took one of the hardware bolts that hold the panel onto here, and I chopped the head off and I made it to a point. So now what we're going to do is thread it into the hole. So it threads in, we'll stick it in there, and it has a little sharp point to it. So what I'll do is I'll put the panel up and push down on it, and then when I look at the back side, you'll see a little dot from this little screw. So that's what I'm going to use to find the bolt holes for the panels so we can get them bolted onto the chassis. Pretty much the back of the S15 is on. It looks like factory S15 parts, but it's fiberglass. So like I was saying, we cut a bunch of stuff off, but now that I have it mounted, I'm pretty stoked that this is like landing in pretty much the same area, so that's good, because this car has gotten hit in the back so much, so it's nice to see that things line up. It saves us some work. But yeah, now I'm probably just gonna go over it and mark all the areas that need to be cut with a Sharpie, and maybe we'll eye up the trunk and maybe get a design drawn on it for cutting it out, so that once it comes time to cut all this fiberglass stuff, I can just get all of it out of the way. Who's that?
Tuco.
Is that Tuco? It's the boy! Uh-oh. Alicia and Tuco decided to come keep me some company. And Alicia actually helped me with tracing over the design on the trunk here from the old trunk. So don't really have a template, so was using the old trunk to get the lines and get a rough idea of where they're gonna be. And then I can clean them up when I drill it out and then cut it out with the angle grinder. This is our center section, like our center line right here. That one was actually off a little bit, so I like this side. and then we put it on again and then brought this side down and made sure the angles were right. So it looks pretty good to me.
We did some girl math.
Some girl math?
This is girl math.
Oh yeah. So this is Alicia's measuring system. She has
Boom, spot on.
She has calipers built into her fingernails. Go, come look at it. Make sure it's good. Make sure you like it. Does this look good?
Fist bump, it looks good. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, let me know. Yeah. All right. Can we just talk about how cool these safety glasses are? Because I'm wearing my sunglasses under the safety glasses and they actually fit perfectly fine. Pretty nice. All right, so that is the cuts done on the quarter panels. Just gotta finish up drilling some holes and some mounting points. But you can see the back pretty much gets completely cut off. And then we just individualize each quarter panel by chopping them. There's no section where they meet anymore. It just runs off of these little stanchions that come off the back crash bar. Okay, on to the trunk. So we have our design and our pattern cut out. To me, it looks visually fine. Looks level, looks everywhere it should be. So the next step I do here is I take one of these hole saws, and that will be our ends. It'll give us perfect circular rounded off ends, and then we just take the angle grinder and then just cut straight lines, and that's how we get these speed holes. This design on the trunk I really like. This is a original design from the first time we ever built this car. Brian Wilkerson designed it. His big thing was like doing these speed holes, and he just always thought they were cool. I loved them. It was a really cool design. So every time I get a new trunk, I just try to recreate it. I probably don't do it the most proper way. I'm sure the way that Brian did it was super calculated, using all the tape measures and all the measurements and stuff. But knowing that this is just a part that could be thrown at the wall and broken after one race, using the old trunk as a template to lay it down, get the design where I want to in an area that it's straight, it doesn't look crooked, it looks fine, and then we get all the pilot holes and stuff and just use the hole saw. So I think it'll come out good. But yeah, I'm definitely just keeping Brian Wilkerson's design on this trunk alive. I hope I do it enough justice, Brian. Now we got our trunk all cut out, ready to go. What I have to do is lay it on the back of the car and find the areas that we need to drill out for the aero catch latches. So another nifty little trick, another blind hole locator. So what I do to do this one, pretty easy, down and dirty. Put a little bit of wheel bearing grease on top of these johns, right on top of it, lay it down flat. Don't want to move it around on top. You want to line it up good, make sure it's hitting all the marks, and then let it rest on it and push down. So now you can see the areas on the trunk. All right, got my holes cut out, latches. Then we drop the latch in, and we're just gonna mark the holes for our bolts. And then should be an operational trunk. There you go. That is the trunk. All quick latched up. And once you're good, you just pop that bad boy off. There you go. We're in the shop today, going over the car, doing some minor updates, waiting for some parts. But I have one of my good friends here with me today. We got Rich from Turbo Smart. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Funny story, Rich is actually Rich and Turbo Smart. You guys are actually one of my earliest relationships when it came to doing competitive drifting. We started our relationship in 2020, the year that we started FD, and it's been awesome ever since.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you've put our products through hell, but I mean, it's only a testament to the quality, so.
Yeah, so today, I I actually reached out to Rich because we always like bounce text back and forth, and I've been showing him the wastegate that we have 2 seasons on, and it was originally anodized black, but this car just gets so much heat put into it that it's changed the anodizing, and we want to take out the wastegate and service it and make sure it's good to go for the season. So that's why Rich is here. He's picking up the parts, and he's going to bring it back to HQ, get it serviced and taken care of. But we're going to show you guys the difference between the parts that we have going on here right now. In your left hand is the wastegate off our car. So this is a 60 mil power gate. We have a positioning sensor in here. We're like one of the only people that are running this in like drifting, the positioning sensor.
Yeah,
right?
as far as I'm aware, in terms of like a valve position sensor, you guys are definitely one of the only ones doing that.
Heck
but
yeah.
I know you guys like the data, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to just, like, if you run into any issues, to be able to know what something's doing, I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, as you can see, this thing is like a nice, like, bronzy gold color. This was originally black, and Rich has that in his hand right here. So that is what this originally looked like, but so much heat went through this that it's just, it changes over time. But the cool thing is, they have provisions so that this doesn't happen. The only thing is we just don't use those provisions. The thing that you could do to make this not happen is there are water hookups, so you can run water from your car system through this wastegate to keep it cool, and you won't run into this issue. But 2 seasons of just pure abuse and heat, that's what's happening, so we just gotta go through it.
Yeah, I'll say the upside is, while we do have the provision for the water cooling right there, you'll see the little water symbol. You'll see the heat rises up, and that's why this is brighter than this or this, because the ambient heat around the actual gate in the engine bay, with it being up against the firewall, right next to the manifold, right next to the down tube, it would still, to a certain point, fade that. But, I mean, the upside is, while the outside is fading, the inside is still perfectly intact. I'll shoot you some pictures when I open this up to show you the quality of the diaphragm, but this is 2 seasons worth of limiter. Yeah, man.
9,000 RPM.
9,000 RPM, ton of heat. So, yeah, man.
So Rich is going to go ahead and take the wastegate and get serviced and get back to us, and also I'll have the photos of when he takes it apart. I will show you the difference between the brand new parts that are going to be going in and the parts that came out of it. TurboSmart's been a long partner of ours. They've been amazing, and I'm super happy to have their support for this season.
Okay, so we have the gate open here. Take off the cap, take out the spring, and let's check this out. So you can see there's some discoloration around the diameter right here. That's more so related to it making contact with this and kind of just constantly rubbing against it. It's nothing bad about discoloration there. Retaining nut's still in place. If we look underneath, that's just soot from where I just touched it, but you can actually see that the diaphragm is perfectly intact, aside from me getting these fingerprints all over it with the soot that's on my hands. But yeah, there's no tears, there's no obvious deterioration that we would see over a longer period of time. Obviously the gate gets really hot, and silicone and heat don't really mix that well, but you could see that it works out fairly well just based off of how we designed the thermal efficiency of the wastegate. But yeah, you could also see right here, this is supposed to be the same color as this, but heat travels up this valve, and the valve tip is at the very bottom of this retaining nut. Fortunately, it separates that heat pretty well. As you can see, it disperses it and doesn't transfer to the rest of the diaphragm to heat up the actual Nomex silicone weave here. So sorry, Mike, you didn't kill the wastegate, you just made it bronze. We're going to freshen this up with a new actuator base and cap, so that way it's all black. And just as a courtesy, I'm going to replace your diaphragm to give you the peace of mind. Let's get to it. And there you have it. Here's the new actuator housing, nice and black. Put a platinum collar on here versus our regular silver. And obviously here's the old housing. Used to be all black, including the collar, and now it's definitely not.
Do we need it?
What?
Do we need this?
That's a cover for the back of a headlight. What are you doing?
He's employed me to organize his toolbox. Duct tape in the trash.
Duct tape in the trash.
Get everything out.
So you're organizing it by making a huge mess over here. Wouldn't you want to just organize this?
You know what, buddy? We all do things differently, okay? I wasn't the one who texted me to come over and organize a toolbox.
Well, the reason why I'm having you do it because this is going to be a big job when we're at the track. You're going to be the one making sure the toolbox is in tip-top shape.
That's right.
This is going to be your baby.
This is going to be my baby right here.
Yes.
You see this right here?
Yep.
I'm going to write my name on it. It's going to be my baby.
You're not putting your name on it.
I guess we'll see.
When you're working on this toolbox, your name is this. That's your name. When you're at the racetrack, that's your name. No! You son of a bitch. So Jacob's going to be driving the rig for us this year, and one of the big tasks that I'm going to have him do is just make sure everything's in tip-top shape. You know, the truck, the trailer, everything's organized and clean while we're racing. And the toolbox is a big deal because this thing gets thrashed through over the weekend, and I don't want to have to end every weekend reminding everyone to keep the toolbox clean. So it's going to be Jacob's job. So today he's going to organize the toolbox the way that he wants to organize, and I'll keep an eye on, make sure everything's where it needs to be. But yeah, this is pretty much your thing now.
My thing now?
Yeah.
Look at that.
You have to make sure. What?
That's an engineering right there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Here at
Sometimes
Here at Power Racing, we can't afford reducers, so we just make our own.
I think this is a
3/8
wheel.
to
No,
half inch.
it's a wheel lock key that's taped in one of these.
Okay.
I think we had a wheel that the key or a regular socket was hitting the wheel, so we took that and taped it so it didn't hit it.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but it works.
It really does not look like anything.
All right, let's see how good of a job you do cleaning this thing up.
It's gonna be good.
It's really not that bad.
Look at my box at home.
Yeah, your box at home is really nice. Yeah. Got my little pedal pads off the floor-mounted pedal box. These have grip tape on them, but they get super beat up over the years. You can actually see how the edge of it is kind of polished. That's from the grip tape being pulled back and my foot basically just polishing this corner. So I just went, I got some skateboard grip tape. This is usually what I do. I just throw it over there. You take a something like a dull edge and you just slide it along the edge, and then you get your imprint. You just get a really sharp razor blade, a brand new one, and then just cut it out and it's good to go. Now we got some pedals all grip taped up. All you do is just take some grip tape after you cut it off, or you can use the Scotch-Brite, but I like the grip tape. It's a little bit more aggressive. You can just get the edges with it, clean it up. It's not perfect, but also you're going to be kicking it with your feet all day. And I just take a pick and I poke on the bottom two holes to find on the other side, and then you just shove the bolt through. Let's get in the car. All right, there we go, in the car. This is old grip tape right here, but it honestly doesn't really need any new stuff. It's still really grippy and not very dirty. But yeah, gripped up the pedals. Whoppa! Don't hit that. Get clutch juice everywhere. But yeah, went ahead and took these little divots out too. At first I was just gonna leave them flat, but then once I like put a bolt in there, it like looked kind of janky, so cut out the middles. Looks pretty good. Whoppa! All right. So we're gonna test to see if Jacob actually watches my YouTube videos. I'm gonna look at the box right now. It's looking pretty good up top, but I noticed something. And yeah, I don't really like it. Let's take a look. You know, this is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, Jacob. I don't mind it. This is I don't know what all this going on is, but what the hell is this? What is this? Now, I'm gonna have to make this look nicer, or we'll have to get an organizer for this. Because if it looks like this, then when someone grabs something, let's say grabs one of these, you know what they're gonna do when they put it back in the toolbox? Hold on, let me take a step back here. They're gonna just go, oh, cool. All right, sweet, that's where that goes. Not in my house. How you like them apples, Jacob? How do you like them? Well, that's strike one, Jacob. Everyone comment L in the chat for Jacob. Strike one, baby. You only get 2 more.